Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so what we did in the last class, we did basically something about power and all. And today we'll do basically if you have some typical problems related to that, right? Related to current electricity, how will you gonna do that? So first in that sequence will be if you have a combination of cells in parallel. So if you have cells, let's say somebody sent me. Okay, so the concept is simple. The concept goes something like this. Let's say, just a minute. Somebody is asking something. So I'm not able to register for the meet. Pavitra, you have logged in from which ID? From the same link, right? Which I gave you just now, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So somebody is saying that Pritha is saying that I'm not able to register for the meeting. Can somebody help her, please? Pritha, where's the same link? I think it's working. Sure. What's the number? 9886. The other ID is not working, right? Which we used classes on. Hello, Pritha. Yeah, beta, the ID which I just sent now, I think it's working. Just click on this and try it out. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, okay. Meeting ID is not valid. Who is this? Six three six two 6720. Okay, then let's start. So I got someone else also. Yes, Munari. Okay. So in case, let's say let's study KVL, right? Because we studied a little bit about KCL, right? But still we haven't discussed what KVL is, right? Now what KVL basically says is that in a closed loop, first of all, it has a full form, right? That is, what was the spelling? Kirchhoff's voltage law, right? Okay. What it says is basically this, that summation of all the potentials in a closed loop will be equal to 0. That's simply what it is. Summation of all the potentials in a closed loop will be equal to 0. So what it basically means is that net work done, because potential is the measure of work done. So net work done in a closed loop is 0. And that's evident, right? Electron starts from a certain point, goes back again to the same point, right? After flowing. So net work done will be 0. So this is completely justified. Now, if I want to apply it in a circuit, so let's say when given a circuit like this, so R1, R2, and this is R3, and let's say you have a battery like this, potential V, right? So if you have a battery and you have resistances, right, there will be some current in the circuit I. Now what this thing basically says is that if you will take net potentials with sign, right, of course loss or gain, so if there is a gain you will take it plus, if there's a loss you will take it minus. So now see, if I'll talk about this resistance, then current is flowing this way and current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So what it means, this will be at higher potential and this will be at lower potential. Similarly, if you'll see R2, this will be at higher potential, this will be at lower potential. Again, current is flowing this way. Similarly for all R3 also, right? Now, if you'll go around the closed loop, you are having 4 elements, 1 battery and 3 resistances, right? So let's say I'm going this way. Now, if I'm going this way, I'll have minus here and plus here. So what it basically means, I'm going from minus to plus. So that will count as increase in energy, right? So increase in potential. Now you have reached R1. Now in case of R1, you're going from plus to minus. So that means there will be a decrease in energy. And what Ohm's law says is that across a resistance, that potential drop can be written as I times R1. Similarly, when you reached R2, again, current is going from plus to minus. Again, there is a decrease. So again, you will take it minus and I into R2 minus I into R3. And this total change, right, with sign should be equal to 0. This is basically what KVL says, right? Let's say you are given with a circuit, something like this. Let's say this is a circuit. You have 3 volts, 2 volts, you have here 4 volts. This is 1, 1, 1, right? If I'll ask you to find out the current in each branch, can somebody tell me how to find out current in each branch? Using KCL, defining potential. I told you a method, right? How to define potentials. Using that, can somebody tell me what will be the current in each branch? What will be the potential here, beta? What I can take here? Can somebody tell me what will be the potential which I can take here? 0. That is the base potential I am considering. Now, if this is 0, potential here will be 3. Here, if it's 3, here it will also be 3. Similarly, if here is 0, here it will be 4. I cannot predict what potential here could be, right? Because there is a resistance in between. Similarly, if there is a 0 potential here should be 2 greater than 0. So potential here should be 2, right? So if here is 0, here it will be 4, because potential difference between this terminal and this terminal should be 4. That is what you call potential difference, right? So if here is 0, here it needs to be 4. If here is 0, here it needs to be 3. And if here is 0, here it needs to be 2. Now, if I'll ask you what will be the current here, you will say net higher potential 4 minus lower potential 3, that is 1. Higher potential 4 minus lower potential 3. Higher potential 4, lower potential 3 divided by total resistance is 2. They are in series, right? So net current can be written as 1 by 2. Similarly, if you see this branch, you can say this is the higher potential, this is the lower potential. So current will flow from 3 to 2. Higher potential is 3 minus lower potential is 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1 divided by net resistance is 2. So current will be in this direction and that will be 1 by 2. So current coming towards the junction 1 by 2. Current going away from the junction 1 by 2. Now can somebody tell me what will be the current here? Net incoming current, see, this is 1 by 2. Current going out is also 1 by 2. Can somebody tell me what will be the current here? Net incoming current is equal to net outgoing current. So let's call it I. So I'll say I plus 1 by 2 is equal to outgoing current is 1 by 2, which gives me basically I as 0. Right? This is something which we did earlier, right? And this was the concept of KCL. Now let's say I want to solve the same problem. I want to solve the same problem using KVL, right? So I want to solve the same problem using the concept of KVL. Now how will I do that? See, understood this thing? Any question on this? Any question on this? Yes, no, kuch bolo. Any question on this? अरे पहले भी किया है शायद. अरे we did KCL or not? Just I'm asking. मतलब in detail whether we have done it or not, because I'm forgetting, I think.
We've done it, sir.
Okay, okay, KCL we have done. So now you have these currents, right? And you want to solve it using the concept of KVL now, right? Okay, somebody saying, could you tell it again? Yeah, sure, but I'll do a few examples. You'll understand it better. But right now we are focusing just on KVL, right? Just you need to remember, we need to get the same values. That's the point, right? So my circuit was like this. you are having a resistance here, a battery here, and a battery here. Again, a resistance here, a battery here, and this was closed. So this was 3, this was 2, this was 4, and 1, 1, 1, right? Now, you'll take up a direction of current, right? So let's say I've taken direction of current here like this, right? Here I've taken like this. Here you can take like this. Doesn't matter, whatever direction of current you are taking, you can take. Now, second step in KVL will be to assume currents, right? So let's say I'm assuming current in this loop is I1. So current going here is I1, and current in this loop is I2. So what's the first step? First step is to take the direction of current, and second step is to take the direction of loops, right? First step is to take the direction of currents, and second step is to take the direction of loops. Now, once you've done that, what you will do is this. In this loop, I have decided to go in the direction of loop. So if I'll go from minus to plus, I'll get plus 4 as my potential, right? Now I have reached this resistance. Now if you'll see this resistance, current is going from here to here, right? So in the direction of motion in which I am moving, this potential is actually decreasing. So I'll write on minus of I1 into 1. Then I have reached here. Again, current is going from here to here, and I am moving this way. So when I move this way, I am getting from plus to minus. Again, it will be minus of I1 into 1. Now I have reached here to the battery. Now I'm going this way. So I'm going from again plus to minus. So it will be minus of 3, and that will be equal to 0. Right? Now if I'll do the same thing in the second loop, my direction of motion is anti-clockwise. So when I go anti-clockwise, I'm going from first minus to plus. So I'll write down plus 2. Then I have reached here to the resistance. So plus to minus. I'm going anti-clockwise, remember. So plus to minus, again there is a decrease. I can write it as I2 into 1. Then again plus to minus. So again I'll write down minus I2 into 1.
She's not accepting.
Now.
Yeah. Bro, this is Devanshu, my friend. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Sanskar. संस्कार बेटा.
Yes, sir.
म्यूट कर लो. क्या वो कुछ पूछना है क्या तुम्हें? Okay, now see.
Nice, sir. Nice.
Okay. 2 minus I2 into 1 minus I2 into 1, and now from plus to minus again. So minus 3 equals to 0. So don't worry, we'll take up a few more examples. It will get clear to you, right? So the first step was to consider a direction of currents, right? Second step was to consider the direction of loops. Okay. So we have currents, right? First thing which you need to define is current. Second thing is we need to define is loop. Third step was if you move in the direction of loop, so of course loop decides your direction of motion, right? Direction of movement. In which direction you'll start seeing, right? Direction of movement. In that, if you go from plus to minus, you'll write it as minus of V. And if you go from minus to plus, you'll write it as plus of V. That's the whole concept, right? Now you have two equations. First equation is plus 4 minus I1 minus I1 minus 3 equals to 0. And the second equation which you have is plus 2 minus I2 minus I2 minus 3 equals to 0. Now you have two equations and two unknown variables. Can somebody tell me what the value of I1 you are getting and what the value of I2 you are getting? Anyone? You have two equations and two unknown variables. What's the value of I1 you are getting and what's the value of I2?
I1 is half and I2 is minus half.
I1 you are getting half and I2 what you are getting? Minus half. Right? You just have to solve these two equations. That's it. Nothing else is there, right? So from here you'll get I1, from here you'll get I2. Now see, answer was half this correct and it has no negative sign. That means whatever you have found out is correct. But remember here, you're getting a minus sign. Can somebody tell me why there is a minus sign? Why there is a minus sign? Because when you applied KCL, remember when you applied KCL, direction of current was opposite. Right? So this negative sign just tells you that whatever direction you have considered is just the reverse of actual direction. This minus sign indicates whatever direction you have chosen is just the reverse of actual direction. So that means what the final answer will be, I2 will be 1 by, right? And the direction will be reversed. Understood this thing? So you got the same answer. So both the methods, right? Whether you're applying KVL or KCL, both will give you the same answer. The only thing is whichever feels simple to you, you can apply that concept, right? Understood this thing? Any question on this? We'll take up a few more examples, right? And we'll solve it using both the concepts, right? KVL and KCL both. Arey, got it or not? अरे हाँ ना कुछ बोलो.
It's so.
Okay. Next is let's say we have a question like this. This, right? So you have 2, 3, 4 ohms. Here you can take 5 volts, 2 volts, 4 volts, like this, right? And let's say I want to find out what will be the current in each branch. Now there are two concepts which can use. One is KCL and another one is KVL. First we'll apply KCL and then we'll apply KVL in order to find out the answer, right? So, and you can decide later which one seems more complicated and which one seems less complicated, right? So let's say I want to apply KCL. So first thing in KCL I need to have is I need to define potential. So I'll consider potential here to be 0. Now if here potential is 0, here also the potential will be 0 because it's a straight wire again. Here potential will be 2 because the potential difference between those 2 points should be 2 volts. Similarly, here it will be 0. Here also it will be 0. Here it will be 4. Here it will also be 0 and here it will be 5. Now I cannot predict what will be the potential here, right? Reason being that there is a resistance in between. So what the drop is, until unless I know what the drop is, I cannot predict what will be the potential over there. So I'll consider it to be X. Now once I've defined potential, I have defined X. Still I don't know whether X is greater than 5, greater than 2 or greater than 4 or it's less than those values. So what I'll say, I'll have to assume a direction of current, right? I'll have to assume a direction of current. So I'll assume all the currents to be inverse. You can assume whatever you want, right? There is no compulsion. So I1, I2 and I3. And then I will say that I1 plus I2 plus I3 should be equal to 0. Now these may or may not be the actual directions of current. Since I don't know, so I've chosen them arbitrarily. If I get a negative answer, that means I've taken the wrong direction. That's it. So now since I have chosen my direction, now I'll try to find out what I1 is. I1 is the current in 2 ohm resistance. So in 2 ohm resistance, if I'll see higher potential is 5, as per my assumption, because current is going from 5 to X. So as per my assumption, higher potential is 5, lower potential is X, divided by 2 is the current, which is I1. So I'll write I1 as 5 minus X divided by 2. If you'll talk about I2, I2 is the current in 3 ohms. And since it's going from 2 to X, so 2 is at higher potential, minus X is at lower potential, divided by resistance 3 is the current I2. If I talk about I3, I3 is going from 4 to X, so that means as per my assumption, 4 is the higher potential, X is the lower potential, and divided by resistance is 4. and this summation should be equal to 0. I got it or not? Now if you'll take up LCM, what will be the LCM? Can somebody tell me what will be the LCM? अरे बता दो. 12. Very good. So what you'll get here? 2 6 times, so 6 5 minus x plus 4 2 minus x plus 3 4 minus x, and this is equal to 0. So this will give you basically 30 minus 6x plus 8 minus 4x plus 12 minus 3x, and this is equal to 0. What's the value of x? Finally, what will be the value of x, beta? जल्दी से बता दो. What will be the value of x?
50 by 13.
Just a minute, beta. Yeah, what were you told just now? 15. I didn't get you.
50 by 13.
50 by 13. Is this what you are saying, right? 50 by 13. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. अरे ये ऐसे आवाज क्यों आ रही है? I1 is what? Now, since I know x, I can find out I1 as 5 minus x divided by 2. I can find out I2 as 2 minus x divided by 3. And I can find out I3 as 4 minus x divided by 4. अब जल्दी से कोई सॉल्व करके मुझे फाइनली बता दो what will be the value of I1, what will be the value of I2, and what will be the value of I3. What will be the value of I1, what will be the value of I2, and what will be the value of I3? Answers, beta, what's the value of I1?
So is it 15 by 26?
सही होगा और क्या? 15 by 26 or 50 by 26? What is it?
15, 1, 5, so.
15 by 26. Okay. What's the next one?
Minus 8 by 13.
8 by 13. Okay. So 16 by 26. Yeah.
1 by 26.
1 by 26. Okay. Just check.
So I2 I got a negative sign.
I2
Yes,
you
sir.
got a negative sign. Okay.
The opposite direction.
So yeah, it's correct. Because all the summation is turning out to be 0, right? Yeah, it's correct. So these values you got when you applied KCL, right? Now we'll solve the same problem. Right? So we'll take up the same question and we'll now try to solve it using KVL, right? Understood this one or any doubt on this? So this was using KCL, right? Now we'll try to do it using KVL. अरे ये आ गया ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we'll take up the same problem and we'll try to do it using KVL. So the question was something like this. We had a resistor here, a resistor here, and a resistor here, a battery here, a battery here, and a battery here, right? Okay. Now this was 2, this was 3, this was 4, I think. And what were the potentials? 2, 3, 4, and 5 to 4. So you have 5, you have 2, and you have 4, right? So these are in ohms, resistances are in ohms, and the potential are in volts, right? So, okay. Now the first step is to take the direction of currents, right? So I'm assuming that I'll take the loop here like this. and I'll take the loop here like that. You can take any direction, doesn't matter, right? So this is the direction of loop. What this decides basically is how I will move in a circuit, right? Which element I'll consider first, which will be the second, which will be the third, right? So in the first loop, I'll move in clockwise direction, and in the second loop, I'll move in anti-clockwise direction. This is what it decides, right? One more thing which I need to do here is to consider currents, right? So let's say I'm assuming current in this loop is I1 and current in this loop is I2. So what it basically means, contribution of this loop will be I1. So I1 current will go like this. And in this loop, I'm assuming that a current of I2. Right? So I've decided what my current will look like. I don't know whether it's correct or not, but I have considered some arbitrary direction for a loop and for the current. You can choose it any way you want, right? Now, I'll have to now move in the direction of loop and check whether potential is increasing or decreasing. So let's say I'm taking loop number 1. So as I am moving in clockwise direction, so I'll move from minus to plus in case of a battery. So I'll get plus 5. Now if I'll go to the resistance, I can see current is going from here to here. So it will be plus here and minus there. So as I move in clockwise direction, I'm going from plus to minus. So I'll write down minus of I1 into 2. Then I move further, there is a wire, nothing to care about, right? Then when I move down, I got a 3 ohm resistance. Now this 3 ohm resistance has some problem. It will have two currents. I1 is coming from here and I2 is coming from here. So what will be the current in 3 ohm? Can somebody tell me what will be the current in 3 ohm? What will be the current in 3 ohm? I1 plus I2, right? What will be the current in 3 ohm? I1 plus I2. Again, here it's plus, here it's minus because current is going from up to down. So I'll write it as minus of I1 plus I2 into 3. Now I've reached the battery. Again, remember I'm moving clockwise, so I go from plus to minus. So I'll write down it as minus of 2. And now my loop is complete, so I'll put it equal to 0. अब कोई भी एक लोग बताओ what will be the equation for the second loop? Anyone can tell what will be the equation for the second loop? Now I'm going in anti-clockwise direction. कर सकते हो कोई भी एक. बताना तो पड़ेगा. कौन है वो मेधावी छात्र? But if you're going in anti-clockwise sense, first let's say battery, right? So you're going in anti-clockwise direction, so that means down to up. So minus to plus. So you'll write down plus 4. Now, if you'll see the direction of current, this will be plus, this will be minus. And since you are going in anti-clockwise direction, you are going from plus to minus. So you'll write down it as minus of I2 into 4. Now while moving in anti-clockwise direction, now you have reached 3 ohms. Remember 3 ohm has a current of 1 I1 plus the second one I2. And again, you are going from plus to minus if you are going in anti-clockwise sense. So minus I1 plus I2 into 3. Then you reach the battery. You are moving in anti-clockwise direction. So that means you are going from plus to minus. So you can write it as minus 2 and this is equal to. ऐसे कितने लोग हैं जिन्हें बिल्कुल समझ में नहीं आया? Anyone? Now using this, you have two unknown variables, I1 and I2. Right? You have two unknown variables, I1 and I2. Can somebody tell me what will be the value of I1 and what will be the value of I2? Can somebody tell me what will be the value of I1 and what will be the value of I2? कर सकते हो यार तुम. There are two unknown variables and two equations. You'll have to tell me what will be the value of I1 and what will be the value of I2. And the last thing which you'll have to tell me is what is the value of I1 plus I2. Right? Because that's the current in 3 ohm. Okay, student, as how I take those signs? See. If you are getting confused in taking signs on the go, right, then what you will do is this. Let's say you have assumed the direction of current here, I1. Here it's some direction, and here you have taken direction like this, right? So always do one thing. Here it's minus, here it's plus. There is no question about it. Here it's minus, here it's plus. There is again no question about it. Here is minus, here it's plus. Now current is flowing this way. So current flows from higher to lower potential. So this direction. Now here current flows this way. From higher to lower potential current flows. So this will be the direction. And here current flows this way. So this will be plus, this will be minus. Now first define the direction. Now if you will go in a loop, what will happen? This will become plus. This will become from plus to minus. So this will become minus IR. Here it will become minus of I dash R whatsoever. And then plus to minus, it will be minus of V dash, and that will be equal to, right? So you can define sign first also. And as you move, considering any direction of loop, clockwise or anti-clockwise, whether you're moving from plus to minus or minus to plus, depending on that, you'll decide your signs. Got it or not? Okay, I'll take up another example. Well, I1 and I2, yeah, I told you to find out the values of I1 and I2. What are the values, beta? What are the values you're getting? I1 and I2, what are the values? What are the values for I1 and I2? कर सकते हो तुम. Anyone, it's simple mathematics. Just what's the value of I1 and I2? Two equations, two unknown variables.
So I got I1 as 4 by 7.
Beta 4 by 7.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I2 as 1 by 21.
1 by 21. Okay. And I1 plus I2 as? No, you should not get this value. There is something wrong.
So I got I2 as 5 by 26.
Which one I2 as?
5 by 26.
5 by 26. Answer for both of them should be same. जो पिछले एग्जांपल आया था उसका और इसका आंसर सेम होना चाहिए. Until unless we have changed the circuit, which we haven't, I think. Yeah, we haven't. So you should get the same answer. Okay. Somebody got 1 by 26. I2 as. नहीं, आंसर तो सेम आने चाहिए. Is there anyone who's getting the same answers? अलग नहीं आ सकते हैं. यार करना
Sir,
पड़ेगा.
I got minus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2.
बेटा what you got?
Minus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2.
-1 by 2. नहीं यार, ये तो बहुत ही ज्यादा गलत हो रहा है मेरे साथ. चलो कुछ करने की कोशिश करते हैं. Is this the same circuit, right? तुम्हारे पास तो नोटबुक है, you can compare. Is this the same circuit? ये पहला डाउट है. अरे चेक कर लो, मुझे हाँ ना में कुछ बता दो. Is this the same circuit? Or I'm missing out something in the circuit? तो मैं कैलकुलेशन आ गई फिर. Okay. So let's say I want to solve for this one. So this is 5. And then you have minus of 2I1. Then you have minus of 3I1. Then you have minus of 3I2. Then you have minus of 2 equals to 0. So this basically gives you 5 minus 5I1 minus 3I2 minus 2 equals to 0. So this can basically give me 5I1 plus 3I2 equals to minus, sorry, 3 only, right? All of you got the same equation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is, तो इससे different answer आ रहा है. Are you getting different answers?
I didn't get the same answer, sir, after getting this equation.
अच्छा ऐसा ही क्या?
Yes, sir.
लगा मुझे ऐसा ही थिंक 4 तो प्रीवियस इक्वेशन चेक कर लेना, प्रीवियस हमने सही किया कि 4 minus 4i2, then you have minus of 3i1, then you have minus of 3i2, then you have minus 2, this is equal to 0, then you will get 4 minus 2 is 2, and if you take it to the other side you will get 7i2 plus 3i1, right? So these are the two equations which you are getting. So let's now, what happened? पूछो 3i1 plus 7i2 and this is equal to 2. Now let's say I want to subtract them, but first let's cancel. So I'll multiply here with 3, here with 5, right? So what I'll get here is this, that 15i1 plus 9i2 equals to 9, and here I'll get 15i1 plus 35i2 equals to 10. So if I'll subtract, what I am getting is these two will get cancelled out. This will be 35 minus 9. So this will be minus of 26. I2 is equal to minus of 1. So I2 what you are getting as 1 by 26. Right? And what we got here? The calculation में फिर कुछ गड़बड़ है I think. I2 which we have considered as I2, just a minute बेटा. I think we got correct, right? अरे ये I3 था ना last question में. ओहो. अरे this was I3 in the previous question. This was I3 in the previous question, right? Now can somebody tell me using this what's the value of I1? You are getting? अब ये भी करवाओगे क्या? बता दो बेटा. Using this what's the value of I1 you are getting?
15 by 26.
15 by 26. So I1 is 15 by 26. And what will be I3? I1 plus I2? 16 by 26? अरे यार. Or you can say 8 by 13? नहीं आया. अरे यार. नहीं आया क्या तुम्हें? What's the current in this branch? I2, which is 1 by 26. What's the current in this branch? It is I1, that is 15 by 26. What's the current in this branch? That is 8 by 13. And if we'll compare it with the previous one, what was the current in this branch? 1 by 26. What was the current in this branch? 15 by 26. And what was the current in this branch? 8 by 13. नहीं आया. अरे getting it or not?
Yes, sir.
आ जाना चाहिए वैसे यार. नहीं आया क्या? सच बताओ. अरे got it or not?
Yes, sir.
बहुत
Minus
अच्छा.
8 by 13.
But a minus sign is just because here we have taken direction in downward direction, which is the exact direction, so there is no problem. Right? Yeah. Right. On the other hand, if you see the direction here in KCL, we have taken it upwards, right? So in KCL, we took it upwards. So we got a negative answer. And in KVL, when we applied KVL, so we took the direction as downwards, right? So we got a positive answer. Got it or not? Yeah. Did you get it or not?
Yes, sir.
This is something which you need to understand. Right? अभी question कर दो तो मुझे थोड़ा लग जाएगा, right? So let's say it's a simple one. Right? Will not make it too complicated. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 1. And I want to know what will be the current in each branch, right? Just tell me the method. What should I do if I want to apply KCL? What should be the potential here? Somebody, what will be the potential here? कोई भी बता दो. What will be the potential here, beta? This point. What should I take as reference? 0. What will be the potential here?
3,
3. What will be the potential here?
2,
What will be the potential here? What will be the potential here?
3.
Here. No. 3 can't be because there is a resistance in between.
Sorry, resistance, yeah.
Yeah, it will be 2. What will be the potential here?
4.
Here. 4. Very good. So what will be the current here? First thing, what will be the current in this one? It will be from 4 to 2. And what will be the value? Law. What will be the value? If it's 1 ohm. What will be the value? Ohm's law. 4 minus 2 divided by 1. So what will be the value?
2.
2. Very good. What will be the current here? It's also 1 ohm. What will be the current here? Is the direction correct? Because 3 to 2, right? So higher to lower. Its direction is correct. What will be the value? I'll call it I2. What will be the value?
1.
1.
So 3 minus 2, which is 1, divided by resistance 1. So current is 1. So I1 you got as 2 and I2 you got as 1. Then somebody tell me what will be I3. Net incoming current should be equal to net outgoing current. Net incoming current should be equal to net outgoing current.
3.
Sir, 3.
3.
3, very good, very good. So 2 is coming from here, 1 is coming from the other branch, so net outgoing current should be equal to 3. So you got I3 as 3 amps, right? Now same question by KVL. Beta, you're not audible. This is 2.
I1.
क्या हो गया? Okay. Oh, the KVL. Now you didn't understand what you asked. I didn't get you.
How did we get I1 as 2 amp?
You didn't get how I got I1 as 2 amps, right? See, this is 0. What will be the potential here, beta? 4. Because potential difference between these 2 points should be how much? 4. So if this is 0, this will be 4. Now, if here it's 2, here it should be 2 because they are connected, right? Wires are shorted. So if I'll ask you what are the two potentials across this resistance, then you will say 4 and 2. And 4 minus 2 is the potential difference divided by resistance 1. Did you get it now? 4 minus 2 is the potential.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Now, again, in this one, first I'll take currents. Let's say I call this as I1, I call this as I2, I call this as, let's say, I3. Now loops, clockwise, anti-clockwise, whatever you want to take. Now, this is minus, this is plus, current is flowing this way, so this will be plus, this is minus, right? How to decide if current flows this way, it flows from higher to lower potential. Similarly, this is minus, this is plus, current is flowing up, so this will be at higher, this will be at lower potential. Right? This is minus, this is plus. I have defined sign for every element. Now I'll move in the direction of clockwise direction for loop 1 and anti-clockwise for loop 2. Now loop 1. In loop 1, if I move, I'll get 4 with a plus sign because I'm going from minus to plus. Then I reached this resistance. I'm going from plus to minus now. So I'll write minus I1 into 1. Then I have reached here. I have reached this element, and as I'm moving clockwise, I'm going from minus to plus, right? I'm going from minus to plus. So I'll write down plus here, and then you'll write down I2 into.
So why minus I1?
Beta, why minus I? Because see, your I1 is flowing in which direction? This direction, correct? So
Yes, sir.
going from plus to minus,
All right.
so there is a decrease. That's why. On the other hand, here the current is like this, and you are moving like that. So you are going from minus to plus. So there is an increase. Then you reach the battery. You are moving clockwise. In order to move clockwise, you are going from up to down. So again plus to minus, so minus 3, and the net summation should be equal to 0. नहीं आया अरे यार अरे गॉट इट और नॉट
Yes, sir, got it.
अब दूसरे लूप के लिए क्या करें व्हाट विल बी द इक्वेशन फॉर द सेकंड लूप ये तो बतानी पड़ेगी तुम्हें व्हाट विल बी द इक्वेशन फॉर द सेकंड लूप 2 को मैं प्लस लिखूं माइनस लिखूं यू आर गोइंग एंटी क्लॉकवाइज so that means like this
Plus.
plus 2 very good then there is no resistance here now you have reached here right here now you are going from minus to plus or plus to minus if you are moving anti-clockwise you are going from minus to plus or plus to minus if you are going
Minus to plus.
very
Minus
good. So sign will be plus
Plus.
I2 into 1 now if you are moving anti-clockwise you are going from plus to minus right plus to minus for battery and 3 this is equal. Now you have two equations, two unknown variables. Can you tell me what will be the values? What's the value of I2 first? Can you tell me what will be the value of I2 which you can get from this equation itself?
1.
1.
Same. What's the value of I1?
2.
What's the value of I1? 2. Right. Same. Now what's the current here? It will be I1 plus I2. There is no other way, right? There is no resistance, so you cannot apply Ohm's law. Only KCL is the way out, right? So if I'll ask you what is I3?
3.
Easy, right? So basically what I wanted to show you was that you can apply KCL or a KVL, whatever suits you. Both will give you answer provided you're applying them correctly. That's it. अरे आया कुछ we'll take up one more example based on this KVL thing, right? Because KCL you have understood, right? It's easy. So try to solve problem first by KCL, right? That is what I'll advise. If you're not getting answer from it, then you can go for KVL, right? Understood this thing? Any problem with this? Arey, हाँ, ना.
No, sir.
Let's say for that purpose, we'll take up an example of, let's say, parallel shells, right? Or you have cells, a lot of cells arranged in parallel. So let's take up a circuit arrangement. You have EMF E1, R1, and you have, let's say, an EMF E2, R2, right? I'll just take up 2 and then I'll generalize it, right? And it's connected to, let's say, some resistance R. Correct. Now you can take any currents you want. Let's say you current take I here. Here, let's take it to be I1. Here, let's take it to be I2. You can take battery here also, doesn't matter, but this is the simplest case which I'm taking. Now, I'll consider 2 loops. Right. One loop which I'll take will be this. Right. This will be my one loop. And the other loop which I'll consider will be a loop something like this. Right. So what I'm doing basically is that I'm including this resistance with both the branches, right? That's what I'm doing. I'll tell you what the benefit will be, right? Just a minute. Okay, so see, the thing is we'll consider two loops, and one loop will include this main resistance and this branch, and the other loop will include this main resistance and that branch. Now the first thing before going for KVL, what I'll do is I'll define what the signs will look like, right? So you'll have a plus sign here and a minus sign here because current is flowing this way. I am having then a plus sign here, a minus sign here, as it's moving this way. And here you'll have a plus sign and a minus sign again, right? Are you got it or not? Are yes, no? Just write down the KVL equation and tell me what equations you are getting. You'll have to include this loop, right? And then this loop. You'll get two equations. I'll give you some time to write down the equation.